boy! Wimp.
I don't know why, but something is wrong.
Rule Britannia.
The TV is crazy and the truth has gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to fun.
Communism is king.
It's on your news. Even your neighbor has been here. You can see it on YouTube. It's time to shine a light. On all the things they don't want you. Tom Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next.
Commander Worf, don't be a cunt.
I'm having such a good time.
Kill everyone on the bridge.
Having a ball.
Fuck you, Mr. Rascal.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist.
That's for B4.
What can I do? People know the truth.
Shut the fuck up.
What's true? That's why we gotta shine a light. Oh, shine a light, shine a light. We gotta shine a light. Oh, yeah. Together forever. Yeah. Tom Generation Next. Oh, it's what's coming next. Tom Generation Next. Yeah. Tom Generation Next. The Unity Channel. Zero News to now. Tom Generation Next. We're gonna shine a light. Generation X.
Look at his face! Look at his face! Look at his face! Look at his face! Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm in the bunker, which is normally supposed to be my April or March, April haven from the weather, because it normally gets the warmth this side, wind the other side of this building. Unfortunately, I don't know if you remember this time last year, it actually felt like summer. It's fucking freezing and all the wind's going in the wrong direction, so this may not last long, or this this may go very wrong. So look at his face. There's some things going on. I wasn't going to address this, and probably I'll regret doing this video, because there's no good way of doing it. Nobody will be pleased, nobody will be happy. There's no good way of doing it. But someone said to me last night, a good friend, but someone said to me last night, are you trying to clear out people? Are you trying to get rid of people? And we had a good talk, and I said, no, of course not. You know, it's not, no, not at all. And it made me think about a few things. And also I got a comment yesterday from someone, because I dared to, I wouldn't even say criticise, I'd say not agree with deity Tommy Robinson. Now, bear in mind I've worked with him, and I know that he can take a bit of criticism. What I reminded this person last night was, this person said, oh, kick him, it's easy to put the kicks in now and all this other stuff, yeah? If I wanted to put the kicks in, as he put it, on Tommy, and this is something that me and Tommy have laughed about in the past, we don't talk now, but it's something we laughed about in the past, and that was, if I wanted to put the kicks in on Tommy, I could have done it a long time ago, and he fucking knows it, and so does, well, I wouldn't say all of his team, but he fucking knows it, because, yeah, but again, maybe it's Stockholm Syndrome. I say that half jokingly, or maybe it is a genuine sense of loyalty, but when you've worked alongside someone, beep. So, me first, others second. Sorry. Here. Don't go out there. Come here. Too friendly. I'm sorry about this. This wasn't expected. Right, you come here. You're not going to fuck this up. Get in there now. Get in there now. Sue, come here. Don't do this live. Get in there now. Sue, in. Right. That's enough. Get no, in. You make this drag out, I'm going to get annoyed. Right, good girl. Right, just wait with me a minute, alright? Since I can't trust you for the third time, you won't be trusted, okay? Sorry about this. She's been doing this thing where she thinks it's okay to follow strangers off into the road and that, which she usually knows there's a boundary and not to mess with strangers, but just recently it's a thing that she's pulling. So now you get to sit in a tiny little bunker that you don't like, don't you? Yeah, now you can sit there and shut the fuck up. Broke my trust 3 times, you will learn. So anyway, yeah, as I was trying to say, so this person came on and told me, oh, you're putting the kicks in now. If I wanted to put the kicks in, I could cause a whole, don't get me wrong, I couldn't bring the team down or anything like that. I've got no sense of ego. Yeah, I don't have such a big ego as to think that I could do that. What I could do is cause a PR nightmare. What I could do is cause a lot of fucking problems. What I could do is expose the inner workings of how some things work. But again, when you've worked with a person, I can tell you that Tommy did very little wrong to me personally and treated me pretty good. And that will disappoint some people who want me to rip him to pieces. And again, the other ones that want me to support him to the end of the world, well, tough shit on you as well. Because, again, it's hard to slag off a man you've worked with and treated you okay when you were working with him. Do I like his fucking emails he sends out to poor people asking for fucking money? No, I fucking don't. Do I understand the Israel obsession? No, I fucking don't. Although I've got a funny thing that's got something to do with money. But do I like a lot of other things that I see? No, I fucking don't. And I see the operation for what it is. But it's hard for me to just come on here and go, he's a wanker, because he treated me all right. And I never saw anything when I was with him that showed any wrongdoing of that type. Nothing. So I'm not going to make up stories for people who want me to say bad things that just didn't happen. And for the people that want me to absolutely hang on every word that he says as though he's some kind of god, you can fuck off and all. Because what did I say? Critical thinking. This channel's starting off new with nobody controlling it. No fucking Urban Scoop. No Tommy. No, don't take this wrong. No FNAT fucking control. People think that I'm in with a network of people now. I speak, right? You can ask them. The people I've spoken to for the last year in this movement, other than a couple of you out there that know me on WhatsApp, is Vin and Dan. That's it. That's it. Those two. The only friends I've had in this movement for the last year. So there's no speaking to networks of people. I have just had my fair share of treatment from the people around Tommy. Some of them good. Some of them absolute wankers. And most of them out to become famous. Therefore, will put a knife in your back as look at you. Right? Because around anybody that's got popularity and money, people will congregate and stab each other in the back because they want a piece of that. They don't want to earn it themselves, but going out and doing it themselves, but they want a piece of that. So going forward, I realise there's going to be more clashes. So unless I put a baseline down for you here now, I restarted this channel on the basis of honesty, like it was originally launched. No narratives. No hiding the truth for anybody. Except that which is between two men. Yeah, man code. Yeah? If Tommy's got any problem with what I say, he can come and do the man dance with me, can't he? Yeah? But the fact of it is, I've seen him react to criticism, and it's nowhere near as bad as the people on here that flap around and get fucking silly. Because he laughs at it. So, but the thing of it is, when we come to the subjects like Israel, yeah, I do ask why. And yeah, we do clash. Our politics is different. So why would I agree with him on politics that I don't agree with? What, to please a bunch of people out there that just hang on every word he says? No. That's not what I believe. So I should trade my beliefs in case you think I'm a traitor. Traitor to who? Tommy? Tommy's a man. Do you know why they hired me? Do you know why they hired me? Do you think it was because I was the best in my field? Do you think it was the most qualified? Or do you think it was because I didn't give a shit about fame and about who Tommy was? That's why I was hired, because I didn't give a shit. My only worry when I went up to meet him for the first time was, will I like this bloke? If I don't, I've got to go back and say no. Yeah? Because that's who I am. I'm not interested in your fame. I'm not interested in what people think of you. I'm interested in who you are and how you treat me. And I've got to say, he treated me mostly all right. I say mostly. There was one time where, you know, but mostly all right. At least face to face. And the henchmen do the other stuff. I say henchmen, that's the wrong word. That will come across wrong. The other people in the team do the other stuff, yeah? And sort of say, yeah, you've got a job. No, you haven't. Yes, you have. No, you haven't. Yes, you have. No, you haven't. Yes, you have. And some people just play that game and get on that mouse wheel and keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. At some point, you just got to draw a line and go, do you know what? You're all fucking bent. You're all fucking bent. And half the things that a lot of people blame on Tommy ain't even him. That's the fucking honest truth. But when it comes to Zionism, when it comes to Israel, I realise we are on different spheres. And I get put in my place as well. And this has come about not by me wanting to have a go at Tommy, but by people having a go at me because I'm not spouting a narrative. You know, so that's another one that was thrown at me. Tommy's on a whirlwind tour in America. Okay, we want to believe that. MMA Guru, look him up. He's got about 100,000 subscribers. He covers MMA. And he's a funny fucking guy. But he's only got a couple of 100,000 subs at most. He goes to the influencer scene in America, and the influencer scene flexes. You see it move with interest. And every fucking influencer podcast is reaching out to get him on. Tommy goes over. Yeah, he goes on some big podcasts. The influencer scene doesn't flex. The analytics don't change that much. The numbers don't do what I thought they would do, because he's got a lot of support in America. The big flex didn't happen. And I don't know why. Maybe he should have advertised some stuff. I really don't know why. Don't care. Don't see him coming back anytime soon. Also, conveniently, I told people he wouldn't be at this next UTK march. It was obvious. How did I manage to predict that? Long time ago. Because it always happens. And now you've got, if you believe that Danny Tommy was running this UTK march, you believe that. Yeah, you believe it. But Danny Tommy's great at fucking setting up events, by the way. Don't take anything away from him for that. But in terms of real responsibility, I doubt they would trust him with the remote controls to the television. So, people can say what they want, but understand, I have not gone out to attack Tommy at any point. And the only reason I haven't, probably, is because we have worked together, which makes it awkward for me. Because there's the man that I met who treated me okay, which makes me feel something, and it makes me not want to be ungracious. And then there's what I can see from here of the entire movement, how it's tried to privatise, how it's tried to own people, how it's tried to steer narratives, how it's tried to, we're all Christians. Now we're all Christian Zionists, suddenly. That's convenient. So we now know why the Christian movement came to the movement, because they wanted to be Christian Zionists, really. And on it goes. So I never went out to, I said to someone this morning, I said, I feel like when I go out and make a video now, I've got half the people out there expecting me to slag him off, and if I don't slag him off enough, they're disappointed. Well, tough shit. I'm here to say what I want to talk about. And then the other half are like, well, you're not hanging off every fucking word he says. No, I'm not. Because he's a man. A man who gets a lot of fucking shit wrong. A lot of shit wrong. And this is what I've tried to tell you. Whether you support Rupert Lowe, whether you support Advance, whether you support Tommy Robinson as a figure. I wouldn't want to take Tommy down, by the way, because I believe that in terms of a figurehead, he's useful. A lot of people have hope in this country only because of him. Regardless of what he actually stands for, he's a useful figurehead. So I wouldn't want to bring him down for that reason. But I would like to stop the fucking emails that are saying you haven't fucking donated. Why not? To 58-year-old women that haven't got a fucking penny. I've seen it, and I've heard the complaints, and it fucking pisses me off. Yeah, and then what shocked me on X, the Bitcoin he was selling to poor people. Not good enough. Not good enough. And that is something that I turn a blind eye to, which makes me a hypocrite. But I turn a blind eye to it because of the fact that I work with him. So when these people come on here and say, oh, you've turned on Tommy and all the rest of it. No. If I'd really become a traitor and a grass, then there's a lot more I could say than skimming around the edges like I am today. A fuck sight more. But because that's the man dance stuff, stays between me and him forever. And that's just the way it is. However, if I want to criticise any fucking thing else he does, if I want to criticise his organisation, that's up to me. If I want to praise his organisation for something, which is not likely anytime soon, but if I do want to, I will do so. If I want to praise someone within his organisation, because you can look at it as being all bad, but there's some good people in there, then I'll praise them. And at the same time, if they come out and do something fucking stupid, yeah, you can bet I'll be there for that too. Because, as I said, my channel was always the honesty channel. It was set on honesty. Then I went to work with Tommy. And then I felt I couldn't say certain things. Nobody told me, by the way. Let's just be fair. Nobody told me. I just felt like now I'm free. And I warned you. I told you. All I want is honesty. There's a reason I freed myself from friendships, from, I say friendships like that because they weren't, from ties. Because they tie you down away from the truth. They tie you down and stop you speaking the truth. They tie you down and stop you from calling out wrongs when they're right in front of you and you can see them. And I have been and seen the wrongs right in front of me, the fucking emails and the videos put out. Oh, please, money for my kids that are growing up. You know, and just all, and even the video where he said about the ISIS stuff, I read between the lines. I listened very carefully to the recording, and then the next recording he made, and the next recording he made. Listen to those 3 recordings. He slips up in those recordings. Says he's taken his family with him. Then he slips and says he left them behind. Forgets that he says that. Quite clear. He fucks the timeline up. Yeah. So if they're in that much danger, why did he leave them here? So, again, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's his game. But people piling on me for literally saying he's not a god, he's not right about everything, which is the essentials of what I was saying. I don't agree with him on Israel. And I don't agree with some of the things he does with money. As a guy, he treated me okay. I liked him. But I don't necessarily like the business practice that he has. Because it seems to me, I mean, I have always said years ago, with the stuff that he's done with Muslims, he could have retired years ago and we would all gone, yeah? Genuine, no sarcasm. But he didn't do that. He decided to carry on. And the way it looks right at the moment is, the reason I was able to predict him not coming back is because he's found his nest egg in his retirement. It was so obvious that he was pumping money in that direction for. And using it and saying it was for other things. He'll be back, by the way, because there's an addiction to this lifestyle that when you've been doing it so many years, you can't throw away. But yeah, he's gone. In another way, he has gone. He's done exactly what many of us from the sidelines, literally move for move, have predicted. Before the ISIS call, in private, I said that was going to happen. Something like that was going to happen. It would cause him to have to leave the country. Boom. And it happened. If you want to know the truth, again, this is not breaking any confidentiality. This is my thoughts. I thought something's going to happen. He's going to have to leave the country. Oh, he won't be able to make it back for the UTK thing. And it was all so obvious. Why? Because I'm so clever. I've seen it all before. No inside knowledge necessary. Seen the patterns all before. The documentaries, the events. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it now. Danny Tomo. Oh, I'm buying a boat. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, I've been arrested. Can't do it now. Yeah, it's just same thing. Build it up, build it up, build it up. Make the money. Ah, shit, can't be there now. It's 100 times it's happened. For various reasons. And because the reasons are always high stakes. Whether it's Thorpe. Oh, I'm scared of getting pulled aside for 5 minutes by customs. And they'll go, yeah, we've got nothing on you, go. But he's made it out to be so much worse. And this is what they do. This is the games they play. And this is what frustrates me. Rather than just say, like Paul Thorpe, rather than just say, guys, I got into this not knowing how fucking toxic this world is. And I didn't realise the lashback and stuff I was going to get. I'm out of it. Right? If Paul Thorpe had done that, nobody would have given him a hard time. It's the lies. Oh, if I come back to England, they're gonna savage me. No, they're not. They're literally, at worst, gonna give you 5 minutes detention, and then let you go about your way. At worst, unless it's something you ain't telling people. Tomo does the same thing. Narratives. Oh, I was nearly stabbed. 3 people tried to stab me. Oh, yeah, you survived. You know, and he'll do this. And then it's a reason to disappear for a year. And then he comes back with a new mission, boats, this, that. And look at the last thing that he's just done. And it's always the authorities' fault that he broadcast his position, broadcast what he was doing, wore a uniform to stick out. Oh, they caught me. I would have done it. I would have. He's either got a beef and stupid, and I mean really incompetently stupid, or he's doing it deliberately. And I actually don't know which. I'm not going to accuse him because I truly don't know. Because I've never seen that level of stupidness before in a person. So if it's stupidness, fuck me. Yeah, I do. Thank you, Dave. I do notice the patterns when they don't match. And that's it. That's exactly it. When you're a pattern matching monkey, which we all are, the only reason it's increased in me is because I was sat in front of a fucking computer screen from 8 years old, watching algorithms and flashes and 50 times a second on the screen. You notice it. And I see what don't fit, and I see the narratives going round and round and round in circles. And why do they go round in circles? Because people have got memories like goldfish. So they buy the same lie again and again and again and again. And they want me to join in with that cult-like mentality of going around and around. And the people that would have me working for them would like me to join that cult mentality where they throw me out the door 1 minute and make me feel useless. And then the next minute they tell me I'm great. Oh, one of the best people, one of the best editors around. Come on, come back to do some stuff for us. Then the next minute I'm a wanker who's got no ability whatsoever. Lift you up, smash you down. Lift you up, smash you down. Who do you think took all my confidence? Not Tommy, but those people. Bring you up, smash you down. Bring you up, smash you down. So, when people talk to me about loyalty, yeah, I've shown an incredible amount of loyalty by keeping this shut about things that I could repeat any day of the week. And I always will stay shut. But I will criticise who the fuck I want. And I would hope I'd be supported in that by critical thinkers. And when these patterns do show up, they should be investigated. When someone does consistently back a country without any explanation, whether it's Tommy, Richard, whether it's the King, it needs to be questioned. That's it. People can turn it into a drama and say, oh, you're a traitor. A traitor against who? The only thing you need to be worried about me being a traitor against is my country. That's the only thing I could be a traitor against. What you also need to worry about is if I have got my eyes on people, it's because I'm worried about who the fucking traitors to this country could be. Because while I believe that people are fighting for this country, I'm side by side with them. The moment I think that they might not be, I back away. What does that tell you? So to those people alone and not everybody else, go fuck yourselves, please. And understand that you're talking about things that are far beyond your understanding because you've never done anything. I've been one end of this movement to the other. I've seen the good, the bad, and the fucking ugly. So don't tell me what I can and can't say. And don't tell me what I should and shouldn't say. Because what I should say is the truth. It's the only should in this. But I will not be told not to criticise someone. So, can't criticise Israel. Can't criticise Tommy. Would you like to make a list for me? For those people, sorry everybody else, would you like to make a list for me of people I can't criticise in case they're right wing, which Tommy isn't, by the way. He isn't. Tell you that himself. He will tell you that himself. Or is it? Do you know what? Fuck it. I think I've said enough. Let me catch up with your comments. Do you know? I wouldn't have made this video. Somebody advised me not to, but you know what? I realise that if I don't, I'm either going to lose loads of subscribers today, or it's going to happen down the line. So if it's going to happen, let's just get it out of the way with today. Yeah, I don't want to lose subscribers, but let's just get it out of the way with today. Because there's going to be times when I'm going to call him a cunt. There's going to be times when I say, what's the Israel thing about? There's going to be times when I disagree with the way that money's collected, for instance. I'm not going to go out on a limb to hate on him like other people do. Because as I said, that's awkward when you've worked with someone. But I'm also not going to cover the bullshit either. But I'm not going to hunt for it. I believe there are more important things to worry about in this country, and those are the things I'm focusing on. After this video, I've had enough of making videos like this. I enjoy the live stream with you guys. What I mean is, I've had enough of making videos that aren't really on topic. So, even if I have to take a day off, and I will if I have to, but I want to get on track and doing the videos I want to do. But if it means the reason I'm doing this is because to do the videos I want to do, it may mean, like the UTK one I did the other day, I was treading on eggshells through that video. Not just about Tommy, but the other side as well. It's not about treading on eggshells, it's about what I want to say. Not what anybody else would like me to say, or thinks I should say. This is a podcast that I built with your help. So this is supposed to be about getting different opinions, different points of view. What's the point if we all come on and all drone the same talking points, all the same narratives? And look what happens when we don't. Richard Immon's head does that. Yeah? Starts calling people state assets. The fucking lunatic. I've been more vetted than he has. Lunacy. Yeah, lunacy. He's got to the point now where he's calling people he knows have been vetted state assets because he's now prepared to lie to win an argument. He's a dangerous man. And what I've realised is he's a radical Christian. He's not even a Christian really, but he's a religious zealot. And I didn't realise how far he'd gone. I thought maybe he was getting Alzheimer's. I was worried about him. But now I've seen some of his other stuff, I've realised he's a religious zealot. When people don't like you critiquing things, you need to ask the most important question. Why? Very well said. Right, so I'm going to go for the being in your comments. I might be a bit behind at first. Bear in mind, I'm using, Prism until it wears out, which is going to be only a few days, and I'm still playing around with the other studio. I found some things out about it that have become enlightening. Still got the other one to try, but it'll be ready for the stream on Thursday. I just wonder what Vin's going to make of it, because it's a different layout than normal. But And see, the thing is about Richard, and I'm not gonna, again, this is man stuff, so I'm not going to drop a minute. All I'll say to you is anybody in this movement already knows that when he came on that video and said, oh, my mental health, which made me want to back off, and said he'd lost his wife due to this movement, that was a lie. That's all I'm going to say. And the people inside this movement know exactly what happened. And I didn't like, again, people hiding behind those things is disgusting. And this is the time, and this is what I mean. There was a time when Richard would never have pulled that. Or I was too stupid to see it. I don't know which, but he used to be a lovely man. Regardless of his politics, I saw him as a lovely man. Maybe I was duped. I don't know. This is the crazy thing, you see. I can tell you that all but a couple of times with Tommy where we clashed, we got on great. But with Richard, the way he is with people, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. So let me go through these again. Morning, everybody. Morning, everybody. I'm glad that made you laugh. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Morning, Babs. Morning, Nelly. Morning, Tina. Missy Moon. Look at his face. Sorry. Yeah. Richard. Richard's that? Yep. Richard. Catching up. Dave, my man. Oh, just reading Tina there. Have your say and speak in your mind. Right, thank you, Tina. And this is what it should be about for all of them, right? For all of us, I should say. I prefer no one to be slagged off. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'm not going to promise you I won't slag anybody off, but I get it. And I try not to slag people off. Do you know what? When I slag people off the most, as opposed to critique them, I will try and critique people. When I slag people off, it's usually because they've either taken an unfair shot on me, or more often, it's because someone's told me I can't say something. And more, the old me is coming out. And that is, don't fuck with my free speech. Otherwise, I'll say everything you don't want me to say. So leave me alone, or I'll set my targets on you, and that free speech will be used. And they know I can use it pretty well. Look at how well I'm doing with 800 odd subscribers, of upsetting certain people and of getting my name around the movement, because I've already been up top. They already know who I am. So with this tiny little channel, this is not ego. I'm just trying to say with this tiny little channel, I've had an impact. Can you see why they're scared of it being bigger? Can you see why they're trying to make us out to be something, anything evil? Because I've already outstripping Richard on his 48,000 channel with the watches that I'm getting. Okay, that's worrying for him. And the amount of, I wouldn't say influence, but the amount of support that we're getting, me, Vin, and other people. And we're not a network, by the way, or I'm not. But the amount of support we're getting is frightening certain people. So it fucking should. I just say, speak in your mind. Come to my own conclusions. I can make sensible, reasonable comments. I'll do that often. I don't post anything at all. No, that's cool. UTK is an organisation now. The emails are not sent out personally by TR. I'm fully aware of who sends them out. This is what I'm trying to say. Please do not underestimate me. I know you don't. I know you're not being rude, Nelly. Please do not underestimate me and what I know. I know exactly the person who writes and sends the emails out. But again, because there's certain things you don't repeat, I've held back. This is what I'm trying to tell you, people. If I really wanted to go to town, I could go to town. Yeah? When they're telling me I'm being a traitor. No, if I wanted to be, I could do everything. I could do all of that. I know every email that's written how. I don't get involved. I don't get involved. So I know about the emails, mate. But at the end of the day, and this is what you need to remember when you're blaming other people, he signs off on them. He allows this to go on. So you can say he doesn't write. I was doing the same thing. Well, he doesn't write them. It's not his fault. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. Well, he was selling the Bitcoin, wasn't he? That was him. And he signs off on these emails. It's been going on for a long time, these emails now. Has he stopped them? No. So let's not make the excuse of, oh, he's not hands-on, therefore it's nothing to do with him. It's everything to do with him. These things are done in his name. He allows it. Otherwise it wouldn't happen. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Find balance between saying what you think regardless of consequences and holding your tongue. Exactly. It is a really fine balance between what's treacherous and what's truthful. What's grass-like and what is just critical thinking and honest. And because of the position I've been in, I'll tell you what, if I'd never worked with him, this would be a lot easier. A lot easier. Yeah, because I can see the truth of what it is. But because I've worked with him, that makes it more difficult. TR was only missing from one event because he was in prison. That's not true. Again, that's not true. He's missed multiple events. And it is to do with courts and things like that. But you're missing the point. And that's the point. You're missing the point, and people choose to miss the point. And that's on them. You can catch up later on. It's fine. Some of you have a disservice. Most people not see it, but you notice the patterns and when they don't match. Exactly what it's about. It's not about looking to go and grill anybody. It's about seeing things that just don't add up. Anyone who was going out to Spain that many times will get detained for a while, wondering what they're up to exactly. He's treating it like it's a Gestapo attack on him, and he's going to get pulled to one side. Discernment is a fine quality. Yes, one that's not used enough in this movement. Even with the restore, it's restore without thinking. It's Tommy without thinking. It's whoever you support without thinking. As somebody said on the stream we had that day, they said, you know, the people that follow blindly without thinking are extremists. And that's true. It's not FNAT that's an extremist or following Tommy that's an extremist or anything else. It's when you follow without thinking. That's extremism. Fanaticism. Exactly. He's an unwell man for two, not a full shilling. And that's what I've been worried about. Is he unwell? That's my only things that worry. Is he unwell? Opinions can change just as the truth can change. That's right. That's right. Also, my opinions change with the advent of more truth. With the advent of discovery and learning. See, a lot of people will just support someone and that's it. They think that being loyal for life with no questioning is a noble act. But a noble act would be to learn all information you can and make sure that the people you support are being held accountable for the things you're supporting them for. Because not only would you be doing them a service, yourself a service, you'd be doing every single person else that supports them a service as well. I told you 8 years ago, keep your leaders honest, because they won't do it themselves. Look at where we are. And I tried to say, keep your leaders honest. That's what I've been trying to say. You criticise smaller channels like mine, not you guys, but you criticise smaller channels like mine, but you won't go and criticise the big ones, because you're scared of what? Being banned? I don't think so. So, it's just because they're popular, that's all. And people are scared that they'll be ostracised. No, you won't. They need you more than you need them. It's that simple. They need your money. All of them. All of them. They need you more than you need them. And that's me too. I need you more than you need me. Don't get it twisted. All the creators come on and they make out like you need us. No, you don't. No, you don't. We're entertainment. Beautiful fur baby. Morning, Tom. Have a great day, pal. Thanks, Stefan. You're the man. So, say, Gobster, great to see you, mate. So you see, even in today's chat, You know, one person's starting to get a little bit precious about the fact that I've said the barest minimum negativity about Tommy. You see, if someone starts getting precious about it, that defense, that trigger defense mechanism kicks in. I can't be bothered with it. If you've got that trigger in you, fuck off. Yeah, because all men are just men. And if you can't handle someone, do you know, I used to see people defending Michael Jackson, a man in another country they'd never met, and they used to defend him with violence. Yeah, and they'd never even met the guy. It's the same thing. I've met a lot of these people on that. There's people out there that will defend them blindly without even knowing a damn thing about them. Oh, well, I've got a selfie with him. Yeah. How long did you speak to him for? You didn't. You know, so it makes me sick, really. These people going out and virtue signaling. No, it's great to be loyal. It's great to be informed as well, and not to lead other people over the same cliff as you, lemming. If you're leading a bunch of other lemmings over a cliff, how is that noble? It's not noble at all. It's misplaced loyalty. So I critical think everything. If Tommy does something good, damn right, I'll say it. If he does something bad, I'll say it too. That's how I started in this movement, and that's how I will continue now. Anybody that doesn't like it, you need to unsubscribe now, because you're going to get triggered. And I want to carry on with political subjects without making Tommy the subject of the video. He won't be the subject of my videos. That's the point. But if it's Israel or Saudi or whatever else, and his name comes up, I'm not going to avoid it either. Not to make you happy. Not to please the few that think this needs to be a cult in which you either absolutely will throw your life away for someone, or you completely and utterly hate them and want them ruined. It's fucking fanatical thinking. Where's my fucking bike? Yeah, I listened to a few. But that's good. We need them to be as crazy bragging. My point being is, that's how far he's fallen. That's how far he's alienated himself. And how far has he truly fallen? He's fallen back to the numbers he had before he was artificially propped up. He was never a successful podcaster. He propped himself up on Tommy's name. And now he's walking around acting like he's actually got a say in things that he hasn't. He wants to moralise to people and talk. He knows, telling them they were traitors if they didn't do this, telling them they were this if they didn't do this. If they didn't support Tommy, they were traitors, was what came out of Richard's mouth on one particular occasion. Slipped when he said that. We're not here for Tommy. We're here for the country. We followed Tommy because he was supposed to be there for the country. Organisations being hijacked. 2 or 3 people of my own personal acquaintance that are pretending to be Tommy's security, or that have been somewhere or another connected to the outer team, but have pretended to be much higher in that team than they really are. They've pretended to have connections they don't really truly have, and pretended to be talking to Tommy on a daily basis. And they would go out making promises to other people on Tommy's behalf. This is just one, for instance, that Tommy wouldn't even know about. Around that, you know, I'll give you an example. I was in when I was working with Tom. That caused a load of trouble and was kind of near the end of my career with Tommy, because a certain person, I won't mention, who buys boats, got jealous. We speak as we find. They just don't like that. Yes, they have had the spotlight turned. They haven't had the spotlight turned on them before. No, that's right. And again, like I say, I keep my mouth shut about a hell of a lot. So I will not be talked down to by people that don't know. And again, not you, Nelly, but people who don't know how much I hold back and why. I hold it back out of a sense of honour. Yeah, I hear you, Chirac. And that is what has got to stop. You know, Tommy used to say himself in the old days, before he became precious, that everybody should be the movement. Everybody should go out and start their channels, everything else. That's not the case anymore. By the people, for the people? Well, where are by the people, for the people? Well, where are the people? To be believable, you have to be consistent. Absolutely. Absolutely. You can't see the wood for the trees. So again, I don't want to rip. Like I say, his work on Islam is good. It's good, regardless of what I think about his other practices. His work on Islam is good. But do I find him selling Bitcoin attractive? No. Especially when I know who make a bit of money because somebody they trust, somebody they believe in, has told them it will make them money. Things like that piss me off. Especially when he's not exactly struggling. I hate the word triggered as well, but it's the only one that made sense in this particular instance. But I know what you mean. Hey, hope you're good as well. Oh, it's doing that repeat thing, is it? Wonder if it's a heat thing. Especially in a system that's compartmentalized. Still skipping. All right, let me go to the end. Is it still skipping? Let me have a feel. I think it might be heat. I think we may have found... I think even this phone overheats when it's got a certain protective casing on. I think I found the problem with this phone. Is it still doing it? Tom, do you mean the person who tries to buy a boat half price of hard-working people? Yeah, I do. For a mission that they won't complete again. Like the last mission they didn't complete, and the one before, and the one before. But they blame the authorities for it, even though they've transmitted their position, transmitted their plans, and gone live, so they're trackable, and done everything, and wear uniforms, done everything to get themselves caught, and then go, oh, we would have done it. They're upset because they're not the leaders of this gang. 2 words for UTK, grow up. Yeah, because the thing of it is, we were supposed to be about independent broadcasters. We were supposed to be about a group of people. Like, I've got no problem supporting UTK in as much, not the grift, but in as much as the getting people together. I tried to do that the other day to say, look, use it for good. Even if you don't agree with their politics, use the nationalist traffic for good things. Even if you don't agree with Tommy Robinson, if you don't like Tommy Robinson, don't be bitter about it. Use the nationalist traffic to get people interested in Restore or whatever else. Don't be bitter about the UTK. That was a message I was putting out the other day. So I'm not trying, I wasn't trying to hate on their march or anything else. It's only when people started trying to tell me what to say, I was like, oh, okay, right, I've got to say something about it then. But the fact of it is, I wasn't going to shit on that march, so I'm still not going to. I may not agree with certain aspects, but the fact of it is, a lot of English people in this country will come together, not so much for Tommy or anybody else, but for each other. And those people, like I say, they are a resource, and they are looking for help as much as to help. And this is where creators need to be creating their content, because there will be a wave hits a wall and it comes lashing back the other way, and that's where the creators will all be lifted in that tide. And that's where you get your message across. So this is what I've said. You can either make videos slagging it off, or you can make videos to the actual, to the attendees and people around that time that are looking for traffic from America and otherwise. And you can make your own arguments, not about UTK, but about Britain. Use it as something positive. And this is what I was trying to say. So my intention is not just to shit on other people's stuff. Let them do their stuff. I don't like the grift, but the actual, what they're trying to do, get people together, that's fine. It's just I realise now that we're getting them together for different reasons, that's all. There's an Israeli thing going on with them, and there's not with me. I don't support any foreign country that's interfering with our politics. So, and I've still yet to hear an explanation from Tommy, Richard, or anybody else as to why, two things as to why Israel is the only country in the world that they will not discuss, talk about sensibly, and two, why they support it, which I've not had a single rational, reasoned answer about. All I've heard is sarcastic comments, insults, and patronisation. But I haven't heard just a simple, easy explanation, which, for the question, I thought it would have been a simple, easy explanation. When you don't get that simple, easy explanation, that's what makes you paranoid. Well, what's so hard to explain? If it's all so innocent, which is the position I started off with here, if it's all so innocent, why are you acting so fucking weird about it? You are acting weird about it. Like, you know, when I said to you, someone came on their stream, you know, asked about Israel, and they went, oh, it's the Jews, it's the Jews. Nobody mentioned the Jews. They mentioned Israel, the country. You mentioned the Jews. They literally keep saying the Jews as a shield to hide behind, because nobody wants to criticise the Jews, right? Or not anybody, you know, not in that way. So what happens is they hide behind the Jews, so somebody can say, what is the Israeli government doing so-and-so? And then people say, beep, 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 beep. People say, oh, yeah, because it's all the Jews, isn't it? And it's like, nobody mentioned the Jews whatsoever. They said Israel, and this is what's being done. And they also like to say, oh, you know, because the relationship with Saudi Arabia is transactional, so they're spending a lot more capital outward in the open. They like to pretend then that because the public spending isn't as much for Israel, that proves something. It doesn't. It just proves they've got different methods. Israel is foundational, as we talked about the other day. But also, Israel's money is already embedded in the system. If you look at how much money they've actually got riding on our politics and other things, lying about it. You've all lied to me. You've all lied to me about it. 700 million. That was PR alone. The 700 million was PR alone. So why do they keep lying to me about these figures? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do you know what? And the funny thing is, Israelis have been more honest with me than my own fellow Brits. How'd you figure that? You know? We're all looking for the right tool in a toolbox. There are many. Supporting the team that is forward and advancing the right decision for community cohesion in England. Well, I think what you've got to do is support the nationalism, the country. There's no point supporting teams. They'll always let you down. Do you know why? Because you've got expectations. And those expectations are that they will put the country before they will put them self-interest. And most people can't do that. Listen to what I'm telling you. Most humans can't do that. So it needs to be someone who is in a position of political or otherwise kind of authority, so that you can drag them through the fucking streets when they don't do what they're told. Which is why I put my faith in no team, and nor should anybody out there. You can support, man, whatever else. If you start supporting teams as opposed to your country and my loyalty, make no mistake, my loyalty is to my fellow countrymen, not to any fucking team. My loyalty is to you guys. You can say, oh yeah, you're saying that to get views. No, I mean, what I'm trying to tell you is, if we're out in the street and someone's in trouble, I'm not going to worry about a team member. I'm going to worry about the Englishman in trouble. Yeah? That's what I mean. I'm going to be the guy that would probably lose my life because I'm not so fit as I used to be, but trying to save yours. Yeah? Whereas some other these people might stop and ask which team you're in first. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? It's the same with certain religions. Oh, there's a man drowning. Hang on a minute. Which religion is he? I'm an atheist. I don't do things like that. Someone's drowning in a river, I help. I don't scan them up and down first to see who they belong to. Question of who is the hidden hand? Ah, where you go. I like that. Who's the hand and who's the multi-layered conspiracy? Onion peel, baby peel. Yeah. Oh, what? That's a mouthful. But exactly, it is. And the truth is, there's multiple onions. There's the Islamic onion. There's the Israeli onion. Oh my God. There's the Teams onion, which is probably one of the most top. And then. Yeah, there's the iceberg that is this movement, which if someone ever truly broke down correctly would really shock the average person. They think everything is so fucking kumbaya. They think everything is so simple and on the surface and out in the open, and they got no fucking idea. They got no idea how some people think they're the scum of the fucking earth for having an opinion. Creators, the creators that go out there, and the ones that don't talk to their chat. Some don't talk to their chat just because they're embarrassed, by the way, so don't want this to be everybody. Some of the reason why some of the big creators don't talk to their chat is because they're too busy in their WhatsApp group telling everybody what cunts you are for giving them money. I shit you not. You have no idea how bad some of the people are in this movement. But with that said, you've also got no idea of how good some of the people are that you don't expect. There's some good people out there that you would not expect to be the guy. And they are tragically undersupported, tragically underrepresented. And yet, all they've ever tried to do is good. But, one thing I found out, if you want to be a part of the team, you scratch their back and they'll scratch their back too. And that's how it works. Because it's a privilege to help in their eyes. And it is until you realise what you're helping. And then it's not such a privilege to be treated like a cunt. And with the exception of a few people, you ask most people if they were honest, and they won't be because they're scared, because they still are, still got more, their Stockholm Syndrome's worse than mine, so they still imagine a day where they'll go back and be side by side with the man again, like something I don't need in my life, yeah? So they won't say it, but they've all got Stockholm Syndrome, which is why they all get treated like absolute shit and then go running back for more anyway, just in case there's more work on the line. Work meaning popularity, yeah? And a chance to get close to the man. So they will allow themselves to do what I did, allow themselves to be treated like cunts. Lowers your self-respect and integrity, you know. So like I say, that's why I have this weird Stockholm Syndrome now, protecting things that didn't exactly do me much fucking good. Yeah, exactly, Craig. There's a lot of people out there that are genuine. There's a lot of people out there that are genuine, and I'm grateful for them all. Like I said, I just get tired of the, you know, a lot of people said, oh, you're trying to fall out with everybody. It's like, no. My objective was, I've been holding myself down for years. Yeah? Feeling sorry for myself and held myself down. Finn gave me a little hand and made me realise a few things, and made me realise what I was capable of again. And I started making an effort again. And in that making an effort, the channel started to grow. And as the channel started to grow, the people start to come out the woodwork again, just like they did the first time I grew one. And they all got a fucking opinion. That's fine, but they all got an opinion they want to force on me. You shouldn't be talking about Paul Thorpe. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. Well, you tell you what, you run my fucking channel then. I'll give you my login details, you run it. Sorry for daring to speak on my own channel. Because I'm sure you've already got a big channel of your own. Oh no, that's right. You couldn't be bothered. That's fine. Not everyone has got time to run a channel, but you couldn't be bothered or was unable to grow a channel of your own. So why would you presume to come and tell me what to do on mine? Why would they, guys? Seriously. Because it's not the average person that comes on and does it. Do you know the one I love that they try and do to me? Oh, not a good look, they tell me. I'll have like something like 60 odd people giving me upvotes, no downvotes. I'll have had my most successful day on the amount of people on the stream. The chat would have been fantastic. One person will say not a good look, and they think that means something to me when 99.99999% of all the interactions were positive. But one person says, oh, not a good look. And they think that's supposed to have some kind of impact. When the overwhelming analytics say everyone agreed with you. You tell me how that works. But these people are fucking lunatics. So no, I wasn't looking to fall out with people. People were looking to use friendships and other things to hold over me. Oh, we're friends. Therefore, I don't like you. I don't like you criticising this person. I didn't ask you to like me criticising that person. But what they really mean is, stop criticising that person. Go fuck yourself. Like, again, I've not asked a single person, not one, you've got to be friends with that person or you've got to be friends with me. Not one person. You can be friends with whoever you fucking want. I have got no right to do this guilt by association bullshit. You want to be fucking friends with people that I hate. That's fine. That doesn't mean me and you can't be friends. However, I know from bitter experience in this movement that is not how the rest of certain people in this movement work. They do guilt by association. No proof, no evidence, just they see you on a stream together, they see you talking together. Like with me, I was on a stream with Dino Bain. Everybody's like, oh yeah, they're talking regularly now and he's trying to get in Dino Bain's good books. I haven't spoken to him since. I want to, but I haven't spoken to him since. But according to them, I'm part of some big network. It's fucking news to me. News to me. Anybody wants to let me know when I'm in this network, it'd be a great thing for them to tell me, because no one's actually told me I'm part of this network yet. So, guys, whoever's running this network I'm part of, could you let me know what my login is? Because I don't even know where I'm logging in. But this is what happens. Narratives, because people have got too much time on their hands to talk and speculate rather than look for proof or ask any actual constructive questions. Can you see why I get pissed off with it all? Oh, Jesus, that wind is crazy, guys. Down south, it isn't even that bad. So God knows what you're getting it like up north. That's a good one, Spawn. I like that. Human nature, yeah, fair enough. Thank you, mate, up the cherries. Thank you, that's nice of you. And that's it. You know, I made this video this morning because I don't want to be a constant source of negativity, right? We're in this for a fight. We're in this to win. We're in this because we're fucking desperate, let's be honest. And we no longer have the time for false loyalties. Let me just cut it straight. We no longer have time to suffer fucking fools or their own grand adventure. This is not about Tommy's ego. This is not about Danny's ego. This is not about any team's betterment or monetization. Their YouTube channel, which they're so desperate to make money on, it's so obvious, right? All of that is up to them. I don't give a shit. But don't do it at the expense of the British people. That's all. It's not much of a big request. So yeah, I'm excited about getting the British people motivated to actually move and vote and do, and you know. And so I've covered this today because I'm not going to be covering it again. I've been trying to avoid it, to be honest, because I thought maybe it wouldn't be necessary. But I realised that literally, and sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I realised there's some new people on stream. I realised literally, come on girl, come on. I realised literally the moment, come on, here, quickly. The moment that I even say something remotely even neutral about Tommy or other people start lecturing me. So, a little word of warning to them. If you actually do succeed in triggering me, which is unlikely, but let's say you did, then you might find that I say a lot more than you like. If I advise you, I'd leave it out and just let sleeping dogs lie. And leave it like that, because I've got a lot of bitterness in me about certain things. Most of it's gone, but some's still there. So back the fuck off. But also, I did this because if subscribers are going to go, they're going to go now. Let's get rid of them. Because, as I said, I have a target audience, and that target audience is the people that are fighting for the country and everything else. My goal is not to go out there attacking Tommy every opportunity, because my focus is on the country. I'm not a Tommy takedown channel. My focus is not on targeting people and trying to take them down. My focus is on the politics, on being a political commentator, on covering demos, on trying to make small documentaries, small videos, and trying to find truth. That's what I've always been. And if that clashes with other people's ideas of people they consider to be perfect, I'm afraid that's just the way it is. But I'm going to say it right here, right now. It's not personal. It's professional. And if people take it as being anything else, that's on them. And if you get hurt about it, that's on you. You shouldn't be getting hurt on behalf of anybody that you haven't even met, and a selfie doesn't count. So yeah, that's what's the word? That's hero worship, and you shouldn't expect me to have the same hero worship as you. I don't go out on a podcast every day and say, "Oh, you people hero worshipping are wankers," do I? I don't. So I don't expect to hear people saying to me, "Oh, you critical thinkers are wankers." That's not fair. That's not fair. Truth Network is what we are. Yeah, that's all we want is the truth. It's not about anything else. Not about trying to ruin anybody. I don't want to ruin anybody. And in terms of Richard and all that, they're doing a great job of doing it to themselves. They don't need me. Seriously. Like, that's not a sarcastic comment. Look at what they're doing to themselves. They do not need my help to ruin themselves. So, I've got no wish to actually ruin anybody. I wanted people just to fucking get in their box a little bit. But they've gone the extra mile. They're actually trying to sabotage themselves. So, okay. I'm grateful for all the people who take time to inform us and help find the solutions for the problems we are facing these times. Thanks, Nelly. And again, sometimes I'm going to get it wrong. Sometimes we're all going to get it wrong. We're all going to get it wrong at times. But there's a big difference. Some of us will hide it. Some of us will come out and tell you, I fucked up. I got something wrong. Watch out for the ones that come out and tell you that they got it wrong. And not just the things that they select to tell you, but the ones that really come out and tell you when they fucked up. No, I don't mean the pull forward apologies. I mean the actual, fucked up. Very few people can do it, especially on camera. So we all fuck up from time to time. Can you take responsibility for it? And can you show contrition for it? And I think that matters. Worship no man, because no man is above another. And that is the ultimate message. Thank you, Stefan. That is the ultimate message. No man is above another. And when they've got a team around them that is ultimately self-serving, that gets worse. There's a saying, isn't there, about you get two people in the room, you've got all the conditions you need for, I can't remember what it is, but you get three people in the room, you've got all the conditions you need for corruption. Yeah, humans. Yeah? So it's not even about a personality type. Human fucking beings can't be trusted. So the idea you just throw away all of your belief system, trust somebody else's, that's insane. It does matter. It needs insight and honesty. Yeah, insight and honesty. And we need this as well, because it's not just about the elections, it's about moving forward in life. I have a feeling, like I say, although he'll be back, I've got a feeling that Tommy will be moving on in life. I think that's what a lot of this has been about. But whatever. People need to, if we're going to do better next time, people need to realise that movements are great, demos are great, whatever else is great, but critical thinking is the greatest. And being there for the right reasons is the greatest. Being there for your country is the greatest. Not for other people who think they know it better than you. not for other people who are no higher IQ than you and think that they know it better than you. I'm sick of that thinking. And that is the thinking that's going on from others. They think they know it better than you. So when you're dealing with our team this, team that, group this, group that, all you're looking at, all these WhatsApp groups and people, Richard, people who think they know better than the British public when their IQ is no higher and their experience is no better. But they think they know better than the British public. Why do you think Richard lost his shit over Advance? Because he wanted to guide politics because he thought he knew better than the British public. I saw the same thing when we had the Brexit vote. People who voted for staying in the European Union would tell me half the country were idiots and they knew better than the combined IQ of the entire country. When you got people like that, they need to be smashed out of the way. Smashed out of the way. You either smash them out of the way, go through them, go over them, do whatever you got to do. When people start talking like that, they're done. Hey, Vindicator, good to see you. Good morning, mate. You going live today, buddy? Everybody, Vindicator the man is in chat. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy Easter to Vindicator. Don't know if he's going live there. Tell us in a minute. Vindicator's done some great videos. And again, remember, you know, Vindicator has started from nothing about 7 times. Like, channel down, started. He's been in this movement as long as anybody. Anybody. Yeah? So, he's another one. And he's not had a bump start by having Tommy on his channel. He's not had a bump start. You look at a lot of these successful channels. Most of them have had Tommy on to get them going. Because they would, and they were, tanking before that. There's very few channels that have made it without him. So, Vin's one of the ones that did everything by himself. And in fairness, there are other people as well. No, not today, but happy Easter. Okay, fair enough. Happy Easter, mate. When you have real leadership and trust in your mission, everyone will follow. I think that's true. I think because when I say real leadership, I mean real leading you towards the problem and fixing it, yeah? I think when that's genuine, I think it creates an aura about it, and it creates synchronization between people, and you feel it lock in, and that locking in of purpose. We're a bit away from that yet, but you feel that locking in of purpose, and when people are like that, they're unstoppable. But we've got to get us to that, and that's why the tribalization, I'm part of this group of Tommy people, and we don't mix with that group. I'm part of that group of this people. Won't work under those circumstances. And that's what I'm saying. If it's going to upset you, for me to say, well, Tommy's a prick for selling Bitcoin. I don't like that. If that's going to make you fly around the fucking garden on your broomstick, fuck off now. Because I may well say that. I may not, but I may. Because I'll say what I fucking want. So, sorry to everybody else, but I appreciate your support. But to those people, don't keep trying to tell me what to say. Because as I warned you right at the beginning, there's so much more I could say. And so much truth that I hold on to. And that is about, again, man honour. That's because stuff is between me and them. And it will stay there forever. Because it's about not grasping, it's about being a man of my word. Luckily for some people. However, any criticisms I make outside of that are mine to make, because they're not insider criticisms, they're outsider criticisms, and I reserve the fucking right to make them. Anybody got a problem with that? Then say so in the comments so I can delete you. I'm sorry. No, seriously, if you've got a problem with that, then that's on you, because I am only going to say the same thing. Nobody is safe. which is great because it means that we can critically think about anybody on our side, on our opposite side, neutral, different countries, different religions. That's a good thing to be able to pull them all apart. This is what critical thinking is. By the way, critical thinking, I'm not trying to say I've got an IQ of 192, yeah? Doesn't mean I can't critically think, does it? Doesn't mean you can't. So, you know, but to critically think, we need to not have things like hate speech. We need to not have our free speech messed with. We need also not to have tribal mentality and people thinking that to criticize someone is to be a traitor to dummy. Right? You've got to stop that. Because otherwise that literally inhibits your ability to rationally solve a problem. Is that not obvious? You wouldn't go into a scientific experiment with those kinds of emotions, would you? Because you know what you'd get out of it. So you have to drop your emotions at the door to be able to then go and critically analyze certain situations. If you can't do that, I understand, but that's not my problem. I have to do that in order to be able to understand how the world really works. Because if I just use my emotions, oh my God, I'm such a gullible twat, I'd believe everything. Vin will tell you, I try and see the best in people. I'd believe fucking everything that came my way if I just trusted my emotions. Yeah, because I just like to see the best in people and I like to believe people. But we don't have the luxury, and at nearly 50 years old, I don't have the luxury to walk around acting like I'm 15 years old and believe everything that comes out of everybody's mouth anymore. So I'm going to be super critical. And also, when you have been lied to, and when you've been conned, and when you've been dropped down that well so many times and broken your legs so many times, how many more times can I blame other people for me falling down that well? I can't, can I? At some point, the gun gets turned on me. Why'd you keep walking to the well then? That's fair. That's fair. So, I'm calling the well a cunt and staying away from it. Those are my choices. Be true to self, exactly. Rupert is that leader with a plan and a mission. And I think we're going to see that more and more over time. Tom, Vinny, Gobster, Dino, Graham, Rupert Lowe, we're all in the right four. And heading to the right side. Cheers, guys and girls of our England. Love it. Love it. And I still do want to speak to Dino at some time, if he wants to speak to me. I don't know if he does or not. I've heard he's given me some shout outs, but I haven't seen them. So shout out to Dino for that and just for doing great content that he does. I haven't been able to catch up with him for a little while. I'm behind this week. I'm messing with the studios, intros, other things, and trying to get ready for next week. So it's all sort of up in the air, and Easter as well, which just reminds me I need to go and check on my mum. I'll go and make sure she's all right for Easter. So yeah, I need to get off here in a second. But again, I hope you understand why I need to make this stream today. I think you do, because you're still here. So yeah, and again, just to be very clear, going forward, it is not meant to be a trash people channel. It's meant to be I'm laying down the foundations now, so that when I walk down that track later on, if someone gets offended, then let them be offended. Because I'm going to keep talking, and I'm not going to stop to explain myself to them. You guys have seen all this. You can put them in their place, yeah? Because I would have already have told you all on this video my exact intentions, my motivations, everything. I've literally told you everything I can think of that I feel is fair to repeat or fair to tell you that isn't treacherous, and that isn't also just hypothesis on my part. The time of ignorance is over. The time of awakening needs to be now. And again, it's not about awakening towards, we've got hate on that group. It's awakening towards, we need to come together as a country, as a group of English people. Instead of this group, that group, football flag. You look at the way it's arranged, right? It's all like football clubs. Team Tommy versus team this versus team. It's like football clubs, all fighting for dominance. We're the British fucking people. We don't have time for team dominance. We only have time for British English dominance. That's all we've got time left for. And if we don't get that, we lose. So fuck teams, fuck groups, fuck networks. The truth and pulling together for the country is the only two things left. I don't have the luxury now to sit and go, oh, wonder if I'm wrong to say that about Tom. I don't have the luxury. None of you do either. It's, you know, we've got, I'm not saying like the bombs are falling out the sky just yet. But what, you know what I'm saying though. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to make my videos. You guys know what I've said. If people get butthurt, you want to correct them, carry on. If you want to ignore them, carry on. It's up to them what they do now. But at least I've addressed it. At least I've talked about it. Because I feel like I've been walking on eggshells. And I feel like it's dishonest to you and to myself. And I'm a hypocrite to myself if I didn't address this and say, look, I need to be able to speak normally. No eggshells, no holding back, no protecting anybody. Otherwise, I'm just another number making up another YouTube channel, creating the same talking points. Might as well not be here. It's not what I'm here for. Truth. Otherwise, leave. Right? So, I choose to tell the truth and do my absolute best for you, for me, and for my friends in this movement, and to try and get this country better. Can't say what I'll be able to do, but I will try my fucking best. I will try my hardest to do the best things, make the best decisions I can, try and grow this channel, try and get a message out, do what I can to help the people of this country. And certainly not try and fleece them, certainly not try and misdirect them, and certainly not waste time they don't have. And that's what I see happening in a lot of cases. Well, I'm telling the people of the Britain, no, you need to be urgently thinking about things now. And I'm not going to let this, yeah, relax, we got this covered attitude to go on anymore. Nobody's got nothing covered. Nobody's got nothing covered. There is no guaranteed win. There's no guaranteed outcome. Nobody's got nothing covered. What's coming is going to require a lot of work, dedication, people, and a kind of I can't think of the word is, but a kind of coming together like we haven't had in a long time. It's going to require a lot of fucking good faith as well. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and that's what we need to be preparing ourselves for now. The real coming together of people, and that is people across the British country, not people who've got their own political goals, aspirations, or monetary aspirations, because we've got past that. This is now, is this country worth saving? And if it is, then we have to do something. You know, we've got to that stage because it's been allowed to get to that stage. Because, and I'm going to be honest with you, because we've been failed by the activists that we've had. Now, I'm not saying they failed deliberately. I'm not saying they didn't either. I'm saying they didn't get the job done. So why would you keep following the same activists hoping for a different result? Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying they're useless because they built up a name and those names are good to use. Just pointing out the obvious. Excellent Tom, there's another guy called Gavin Bobby who prevents mosques being built. Oh, really? Being built. He's a lawyer too. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Message not appearing in the screen. I can see it, mate. I can see the above and below messages, but mine never appeared. I can see that one there. I'm only getting a third of the chat on here. England now or never. Yeah. It's alright, sweetheart. We're going in a minute. Mad that has appeared. The only thing that could have triggered anything were the words Tommy or punch on a nose. I'm PT confused, Paul Falk confused. It's probably the chat, mate. So people will explain how the chat works to you. It's just a nightmare. But I like that. Paul Falk confused. Look at his face. Look at her face. Look at her face, everyone. Look at her face. You can see she's a Jew hater. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's hiding it. She's hiding it. She's hiding it. Look at her face. Look at her face. Sorry. He asked for it, right? He asked for it. I agree, Tom. We need to start discerning who we follow. Actions speak louder than words. Yes. Oh my God. So Stefan and Capricorn both hit the nail on the head. Actually, do you know what? That's a good place to leave it, because Stefan made a great statement, and now Capricorn's backed up with another one. We need to start discerning who we follow. Actions speak louder than words. These are simple statements, but they're much better than the way I was phrasing it. What Stefan said and what Capricorn's just said, exactly. It's about discerning. I've said the word discerning so many times recently, and people think it means pick on someone. No. Be discerning. She's absolutely right about who you follow. Look at their actions, not the rhetoric, not what they do when they're up on stage and they are, as Richard says, speaking to the gallery. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Listen, watch their and I'm not having a go at Richard. I'm just talking, make it as an example. What I'm saying is, all people, look at the actions, not the words. We can all talk cheap, but the actions are. No, look at me, right? I've done nothing great, but you can all you can all tell that I've made an effort with my channel that I said I was going to make when I said I was going to make it, right? So you can see that I'm at least doing some of the things that I said I was going to do to try and do what I said I was going to do. That's what you should be seeing, because I've promised you that. Now think about where you don't see that on much bigger, more important issues. Then you see where the problem is. Right. Have a user. Have a really good remainder to Easter, everybody. I do appreciate the support. I appreciate people not turning on me for having an opinion. And you know, again, it will trigger some people. I'll probably get some messages later on, threats and stuff. I don't care. I'm the one who holds the biggest threat. It's a fucking giant-sized nuclear bomb. So fuck with me at your peril. But everybody else, thank you so much for just listening. So that the next videos I can make, hopefully, can be on target without any walking on eggshells, sorry. Walking on eggs would be impressive, wouldn't it? Walking on eggshells. So, you know, I've set myself up for the future. With that said, again, it's not a hate channel. It's just, don't have to avoid anything. Right, I'm repeating myself and I'm annoying myself now. So I'm going to call it there. Right, thank you all so much for watching. We are an hour and a half, which is actually a lot longer than I thought we would get. It's brilliant. Especially the way the dog was playing up earlier on. She's sulking at the moment. She won't go out of my sight, which I'm actually really pleased about. Because the last few days she's been following strangers. Right? The worst thing. Something I taught her 4 years from a pup never to fucking do. And I've trusted her and she's used that trust against me. So now she's holding herself back a little bit too much. But she's keeping herself what I call I don't want to say it, line of sight. If I say line of sight to her, she knows that means stay in my vision. She's doing that without being asked, which is just beautiful to watch. But it just means that she's understanding, which is so cool. Because obviously I worry about her following someone, but if I can do this and not worry about it, that's cool. So, right, thanks everybody. I love you all. Happy Easter. Take care. I really do hope you're all safe. Remember, we can talk contentious things. Doesn't mean we wish people to die or be in the ground. Do you know what I mean? Contentious issues are good. That's what politics is. Thanks, everybody. I'm Tom Fury. This is Zero News. I'm going to play you a shitty exit. I'm calling it a day for now.
Father, please, you can have my Led Zeppelin records, George Michael, anything. Ah! That's my boy! Wimp.
I don't know why, but something is wrong.
Britannia.
The TV is crazy and the truth has gone. I might be crazy, but I think we're done. There are people out there who are adverse to us.
Communism is king.
It's on your news.
Gotcha.
In your neighborhood.
Gotcha.
see
girl.
it on
Good girl.
YouTube. It's time to
Good girl,
shine a
baby. Yeah, good girl.
on all the things
I
they
love you, baby.
don't
Yeah, you're a
want
good girl.
you. Tom Generation X.
Warming up, girl.
It's what's coming next. Tom Generation X.
Come on, darling.
Commander Worf, don't be a cunt.
The Honesty Channel.
I'm having such a good time.
Kill everyone on the bridge.
Fuck you, Mr. Roscoe.
With you.
My name is Owen Jones, a renowned drama queen, pseudo-intellectual and champagne socialist.
That's for people. For what people?
What can I do? People no longer love the truth. People
Shut the
don't
fuck up.
know